What's up, guys? Welcome back to the show. I'm Aaron, this is Chris, and welcome back. Hope everyone's having a good week.
I'm having a good week.
Same.
I'm about to make your week a lot funnier. Because I've found something I want to try and do with you. And it's quite... it's quite
Okay,
funny.
this is... don't know how that sounds, but let's just see how this is going.
Access the phone. Right, so... a little bit of Would You Rather, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I've got 3 Would You Rathers here that I've searched the depths of internet for.
Don't get us cancelled.
We're going to get cancelled after this one, right? So we've had a good run, 8 episodes, it's been pretty good. Anyway, so I've searched the internet for like the most diabolical. That's actually what I've put into Google, diabolical Would You Rathers.
You wrote that word?
I wrote that word.
Into the Google?
Into Google. Let me tell you, it worked, it delivered.
Right.
The most out-of-pocket wilderness shit right here on my phone, right? So,
I'm good, let's do it.
First one. Would you rather be ugly as fuck but smell amazing, or be the most handsome man but smell like shit all the time? I'm just starting you off easy. I'm starting you off.
This is a light one.
This is a light one.
Starting off light. Right, let me give it this. So, right. Here, let's just go through the options together. So I'm horrendous to look at.
You're disgusting to look
What
at.
level?
Like, people are looking
Like, people
at
are spewing.
People are like, oh, mate. People are like,
Jesus!
people are like, where's the stick bag with this motherfucker?
Right, okay.
But then they're like,
Jesus, like he smells so nice. I
amazing.
just didn't even want to look at him. Like,
Literally, it's like, close your eyes and it's all good.
who is that?
It's like the most amazing smell you can ever smell, right? Or the other way around, where you're like, people are like looking at you like, how is this guy smell?
Let me think about this externally. So it isn't me, it's someone else.
Like,
what would I prefer?
The other thing is, it's like, how is this guy so good looking but smells like absolute toilet? Like,
like what levels of smell? Like again, Jesus. Like,
remember those like little glass smoke bombs you used to throw in school? That. You're that walking about.
and you can't wash it off.
Nah, mate, you're fucked like that.
What about if you wear aftershave?
It's not going to mask it. It's that overpowering, mate. Listen,
Really?
it's that or that. There's no...
Oh,
You're fucked either way.
Okay.
It's just
Let me think about this.
which one you'd prefer.
So look like dog shit, but smell decent.
Or smell like dog shit, but look decent.
Do you know what? I've thought about this within the last minute.
I was gonna say.
And I know where I'm at with it.
Alright,
And I'll explain why.
okay.
So, I would rather look like shit
Okay.
and smell class.
Right,
And I'll tell you why.
okay.
A few reasons.
Because a bird can just put a bag over your head.
No. Listen,
Listen,
there's nothing worse than a horrible smell.
true.
Even something visually horrendous is, I would choose over a horrible smell.
Yeah.
Oh my God, all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Because you can look at it and not be sick, but you...
Like if shit smelled brilliantly, but still looked the same way, I would be less inclined to be like, this is banging.
Aye, because it's just a substance. You're just an object. Right?
Aye. It's got the worst of both worlds. It smells like shit and looks like shit. But I would choose that because some people aren't bothered about how you look.
True. Aye, but this is...
But there's very minimal people that are going to... No, but there's very minimal people that are going to be like, it's like, Jesus, he is honking. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
So I would choose the look like shit and smell decent.
Okay.
What would you choose? And give me the reason. Must be easy for you because it's already very simple. Surely it's just choosing one good thing instead of the 2 negatives that you're in.
I can just tell you about my life, really, can I? That's a hard one. I'm not going to lie.
Obviously.
But I think, I don't know, I'm trying to imagine what it would be like on the other side of the coin if I was handsomest, the most beautiful man ever, but smell like utter gutter.
Also, probably percentage-wise, there's more people that have poor eyesight than poor sense of smell.
Aye, no one's got
Which
poor
means
sense
that,
of smell.
see if your eyesight was just a wee bit shit
Yeah.
and they were looking at you like this, right? Right? And they were like, he doesn't look great, but
Smells
it
amazing.
might, do you know what? It might just be my eyesight. But he smells
But then you like,
class. Jesus, he smells nice. How often do you hear people like, don't really got a sense of smell? Never.
never. No one's got a sense. of smell.
Never. So they're not going to be like this. Do you know what? It must be my sense of smell. It
Have
smells
to
like
be,
shit.
So I'd have to either be handsome and break everyone's nose that I'm eating. or
Bang! Shut it.
again, I'm handsome, bang. Or just pick the first option. I think I'll go with you, like with what you
Mate,
said.
it's the only option.
Yeah.
Because if you, trust me, if you smell like shit, it doesn't matter. Like,
Sure.
it does not matter because you're just, let's put yourself in some events. Let's just go to the next house party I've just been invited. I've just met a new group of friends. Let's walk in. Even if you're a really bad, they might think you've been in an accident or something. But if you walk in and you just smell honking, they're like,
What is this homeless
Jesus,
guy
like,
doing here?
Jesus, there's someone shot on the floor. Like, and that's, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have to choose hygiene to a degree
definitely.
instead of, trust me, because
Definitely.
you could have been in, like, people have been in accidents, never
I
and
disfigured
mash.
and shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Right,
Are you
go on.
ready for the next one?
Go on.
Right.
I'm still thinking about the eyesight thing. Done me out.
Okay, so this is
God.
gonna get us cancelled.
What the fuck?
On 9/11 attacks, would you rather be in the plane or in the building?
Jesus. Right. Let me think about this. I've actually got a few variable questions for this one, which you might be
What the
surprised
fuck
at.
is the question?
Which you might be surprised at.
What can you
A
ask?
few things.
Right.
If I'm in the building, what floor am I on?
Oh, you're watching the plane level with you.
Oh, right. So you're near the top.
Yeah, you're on the top.
Are you in the first building or the second building?
Doesn't make a difference. They both went down.
I know, but I need to know for my choice.
First one for the fuck of it.
You're the first building.
Yeah. So you're
That
even
wasn't the one I
prepared.
wanted. That wasn't the one I
I know,
wanted.
because at least with the second one, you're like, right, time to
I'm,
go.
I'm a wee bit more. Aye. Third, if I was in the plane, am I at the front or the back?
Again, well,
Nah, trust me, there's nothing in this. There's method in the
you're the
madness.
captain.
So you're in the front.
You're in the front.
Fucking hell. Think about this. If I was in the plane and I was coming into the building, let me just remember the video.
I think you're fucked either way.
No, I know, but you need. I can only choose one, and I would rather choose the better one.
Yeah.
Minorly better. Right, so I'm coming in
Slightly less inconvenient.
and I'm going through both buildings. I
no,
don't
no,
think.
no. We went for one building.
And then the second, didn't
No,
it?
there was a second plane for the second building.
Oh, aye.
There was one plane.
Which
per
plane am I
building.
in?
What?
Which plane am I in? The first plane?
You're in the first building, so yeah.
First
plane.
Right, okay. I would choose the building.
Okay, tell me why.
The plane, there's no choice, mate. You're looking at the building, you're hitting it.
Yeah.
I don't need to look out the glass for the plane hit, like in the building. I would just go to the toilet.
Aye, but how you're not gonna know when the plane hit?
Aye, well, I'm looking on my ass. The airport's 70 miles that way. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not going to get off the floor. I get
Do
that.
you realise that the plane literally sliced through the building?
I know that. And I'm not saying I'm not going to die.
Toilet down the road, down
No,
the
I'm not
corridor,
going to say
isn't-
I'm not going to die, but I'm just going to go into a cubicle
Or just not
and just sit
expect
down.
it. Right.
Because then when it comes through, I'm all watching it coming. It's just an instant
Okay.
gone.
So you're basically going.
you know what I'm saying?
If I'm going to die, I'll just die like that and
Like that, and
you
not
see it coming.
not visually watch
Not see it
the
coming.
impact from either end.
Yeah. You don't want to see it coming. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
So I want to be not that either is much better than the other in the building, because I'll go into the toilet or
Yeah.
and just in a cubicle. It's nothing until the plane hits, and that's me.
Okay. I'd want to be in the plane because that way I can try and get control of it and no crash.
That's not an option.
I'm joking.
That's not an option.
Nah. I don't know. You're fucked either way again. So it's
I
like-
know it's a terrible one either way, but
Do you know what? See, when I was looking these up, right, this whole time I was like, I can't wait to ask you this and see your reactions. But
you never thought your own
I
reaction?
never gave any thought to my own answers. Like, what am I going to say?
Well, think it out, mate.
I think I'm going to have to go with you again on this one.
Mate, I'm a logical thinker, eh?
Make it a building. Again.
I'm a logical thinker, bro. I'll be honest, because I think of it's already a terrible scenario. So,
Yeah,
like, where am I going to be best set?
that's right. Okay, the last one.
Okay.
This one is, I'm going to, this you need to really listen to this, right? Okay. Would you rather lose an inch off your penis every time you have sex, or have reverse erection, meaning that if you're aroused, you go soft, but otherwise you're hard all the time? So it's in reverse. So if you're going to go have sex,
What happens once all the inches are gone? You've just nothing left.
Nothing. No.
I can't only. I don't know if I want that.
Hey, but you either or that, or you either hard all the time.
I'm okay with that.
But wait there. But hold on. But when it comes to having sex, you just go soft straight away. So it's like you're not.
This is the easiest one you've given me.
All right.
And
It's the
I'll
second,
tell you
right?
why. I'll tell you why this is the easiest one you've given me. Listen to this.
Listening.
Right. This is it.
Right.
I would choose the reverse erection
Okay.
because I would, knowing this from young, I would each day focus and train myself to never get aroused.
You can't train this.
I would work on my meditation skills, my breathing techniques.
You're really trying to keep your dick, aren't you?
My breathing techniques.
You're trying to
My
keep
breathing
those inches,
techniques, right? My breathing techniques, I'm going to work on it so that, like, the arousal is very, do you know what I mean? Like, it's very hard to get me, like, nearly impossible to get me aroused, because then I'm just like this. They're like, oh, yeah, it's like, we'll start getting in it, and I'm just, yes, let's get into it. Let's get into it.
I mean, to be fair, you either do that or you're going to only have sex twice in your whole lifetime. So it's a disaster for you.
Well, it's obviously that's less times than me. I would be slightly more times than that, but
I'm glad you caught on.
slightly more times than that I would be. But listen, I'm not affording that. I'm training myself so that the arousal's not there, so that I've got
Okay, but just humour
as
me.
many times.
Just humour me. What if it's untrainable and you're just like that?
You just go
Then
flop.
you're just walking
just
about.
flop.
Just flop. Right. Fair.
I would do the flop.
Rather have a schlong than not have a schlong.
Can still,
Do
yeah.
something, right?
At least I'm not like, they're like, it's the whatever person, and they come down and you're like, and it's just flat. There's
like-
not a nail. They're like, right.
You're like a kind of action figure.
Because that's you done.
Yeah. You've not really got a purpose.
That's
after
you
that,
done for.
No.
So you've chosen the second one. I would choose the second one.
Yeah.
What are you choosing?
I'd be the same. I'm not losing my dick. But I just found it quite funny.
Mate, that's 100%. But I would train the meditation skills.
Yeah, try and think it. Try and swap it
She's
round.
like, let's get it. I'm like,
Home.
I'm prepared for this.
Right.
And then,
I've been training for this my whole life.
yeah, I've been training for this my entire life up till now.
This is the moment I've been training for.
And you're literally like Bruce Lee. That you're just, this is fine. Like, that's what I would,
Right, okay.
that's what I'd have to do.
Fair.
And even throughout sex, you're just less. Yes,
I've done it.
this is class.
Well, now that we've got the would you rathers out the way, I have got a submission for us. Another dilemma that we got from our lovely viewers. All right, so this is, I was reading this and I was like, holy fuck, this is serious.
Go
Right.
on.
So, this is a 24-year-old female and her boyfriend's 23, right?
Yeah.
She goes, my boyfriend cheated 4 months ago and got a girl pregnant. What the fuck do I do now? He just told me today during finals week. We've been together for
What's finals week?
like exams.
Oh, okay.
We've been together for uni, I guess. Together for 6 years, known each other for 7. He said it happened 4 months ago, and the girl just texted him saying she's pregnant and doesn't know if she wants to get rid of it or not. I thought, well, we planned to get a house together and live together forever, but now I honestly don't know. I thought he was good. He's my best friend. I just feel like nothing right now. Honestly, it hasn't even hit me. We never really fought. We get along, same values and interests. I let myself hurt after the finals. I feel gross for letting him touch me after what he did, even though I didn't know. I feel bad about myself for still loving him. He's my best friend, and I thought we were going to be together forever. What am I supposed to do now? I feel so lost and confused. Professor Aaron, listen. Hit us with it. You're like, what the fuck?
Did she know about the... So she didn't know about the cheating until she found out that. So like she found out the pregnant and the cheating thing at the same time.
At the same time. Rough. That's fuck.
Jesus.
Toast. Literally.
Toast. Absolute toast. Burnt.
What?
Burnt. Toast.
All right.
By miles. I feel... So feelings are totally valid. What she's saying.
Yeah.
I get. Couple of baseline options here.
Okay.
She dumps him and just goes, look, I can't get over it.
Family with that.
Can't get over it. Nah. Well, quite possibly. I can't get over it, blah, blah. And she goes, I can't get over it, blah, blah. Let's just drop it there.
Yeah.
That's number one.
That'd probably be the best one.
Here's a couple of variables in here that I've got. Number one. How is the other girl lying?
Okay.
Number one.
Well, let's assume she's not, though, because it's...
Okay, let's just take an assumption that she's not, but
Yeah.
I just want to put that out there as to the viewer that sent this in.
Because the thing is...
You need to make sure that this girl's telling the truth, because sometimes people be fucked up. So that's all I'm saying, because sometimes folk like to lie.
That's right.
Because you maybe just fucking done it once and boosted or whatever, and then they're going to be like, this fucking bastard, and then...
Or she slept with somebody else, and then she
again
got pregnant for
yeah,
that.
yeah,
And now she's like,
That's
oh
what
no,
I'm
it was him.
That's what I'm saying.
So DNA test that shit, first of all.
100%. So that's the initial. But let's just assume that you've done that and it's a yes. I would say...
Get a new boyfriend. Probably.
I mean, that is the appropriate
Yeah. I wouldn't...
action. But the other thing is, like, is the girl keeping the child or not?
Can I just flip this on us, in fact, quickly? Can I just flip this onto our side of the coin? Like, let's just say you have a girlfriend and she gets pregnant with someone else, cheated on you.
Oh, right, okay.
Imagine that. Because that's kind of similar, I would say.
Yeah, okay. But she's cheated and got pregnant.
Your missus,
missus
cheated and got pregnant with somebody, and she never tells you this. What are you doing? As Aaron?
I'm quite cold like that though, so I'm just like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, look, like the total cheating in general, not even the pregnancy. I would already be like,
get out.
We've had enough.
Yeah.
Like we've done enough. Like this is enough. In this situation, I'd be like, yo, big man, you fucked up, but you obviously need to find out, number one, is she telling the truth? Number two, is she keeping it? Because you don't know that either.
I don't think that would make a difference to you, though.
No, it doesn't make a difference to you, but it'll make the girl send it in.
All right,
so she's trying to forgive him. She's trying to forgive him. It's going to be a hell of a lot harder to forgive him if he's now got a child to another girl that he's now having to look after.
Then she's going to have to be a stepmom to someone else's,
Exactly.
to his kid with somebody else.
Whereas let's just follow down the route of, it's true, she's decided, look, I'm not keeping the baby because it was a one-night stand, whatever. So that whole process goes through, and then he will now not have contact probably with the girl, I would assume, following that.
Probably.
Because he's not got a child with her.
I would imagine so, yeah.
So it might be easier if she doesn't want to leave him and she really doesn't want to leave him, it will be easier for her now to go, okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'll forgive you and give you another shot.
I think you're right. I think she should really establish what...
You need to establish those first questions.
What's going on with that lassie, because if that lassie's going to get rid of it, right, and not going to speak to him anymore, and that's that done...
Then you can maybe try and progress that.
That's out the road.
Yeah.
That's that way now. That's now sorted, right? So now we need to deal with us. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Right? How are we fixing this? Because now that inconvenience, let's call it, maybe, or the problem.
The inconvenience to the relationship.
Yeah, it's
go on.
gone. It's away. The what's the word I'm looking for? The burden.
No, that's not the word.
No, it's not the word.
That's not the word.
Well, you know what I mean. The
but it'll
fuck
be
up
a
is gone.
hell of a lot harder if she goes, well, I'm keeping the baby.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be a pure deadbeat dad and never see the baby, whether or not it's a one night stand or not. That's just not on. You can't do that. Secondly, if the baby is then kept, born, and that all goes through, well, he'll need to support her as well going through the pregnancy, because it's like there's a lot of shit going on in that as well. So like there's a lot of appointments and all these things, so he's gonna have to be involved. And obviously, to the viewer that sent this in, you're gonna struggle with trying to support your boyfriend who's done that. Like that's a really impossible task to take on.
Yeah.
So my initial reaction is, you call it a day.
Yeah.
If you don't feel that that's what you want to do, you need to establish the first two questions.
I've been together for 6 years. That's a long time.
I know. So you need to establish the first two questions.
Yeah.
Is it true? And what's the thought process, and are they keeping the baby or not? Following that, are you strong enough to support the girl? Are you strong enough, to support your boyfriend, who's going to be supporting another woman having the child? Like,
it's like you've been with a guy for 6 years, right? And
it's a long time.
Hold on, and now suddenly he's got a kid with some other lassie. So it's not like
you've met them like that
with a single dad, kind of, he's got a kid and stuff like that. You've had a guy who's now got a kid randomly with someone else, and it's like, what the fuck?
No, that's what I'm saying. So like you
that can
need
be
to be a pretty strong person to be able to support of that.
Not even that. You need to be a pretty strong person to accept that.
Yeah, like so.
And I don't think that's really wise to accept that, because that's a big disrespect in my eyes.
Agreed.
And it's a lot of...
Well, the cheating in
It's a
general.
lot of mistrust. Not only did you cheat, you've also been really careless and not wrapped up.
Super careless.
Not wrapped up.
Yeah.
Not only did you have a kid with somebody, you could have also contracted an STD, for example, and gave it to your partner. It's another thing. So that's another thing you need to kind of look like. That could have happened as well.
Well, I don't...
I'm going by the careless... The reason I'm saying that is because I'm trying to emphasise on the carelessness of it.
I don't actually know if you can... Might be wrong here. This might be a really stupid thing, but I'm sure that if you, like, so say the girl had an STD, I'm sure that you can't get pregnant with an STD.
Ah, you can.
No, I don't think you can.
Why not?
Because I think the STD can kill off the eggs. I'm sure that I might be wrong. Girls will be able to. Girls, message in and tell me if I'm wrong.
Tell us, yeah.
But
I don't really know 100%, but surely.
Under the impression that might be the case, because I think when you're pregnant, you get these tests done to establish whether or not there is any possible complication due to the fact that you've got an STD or things like that, because it can affect the baby and all these things.
Okay. I thought you could still get pregnant, but you may have complications.
So I don't know if it can cause obviously the baby to pass away or whatever and all that sort of stuff. So I think I can't remember, but you're right, super careless.
Oh, careless as fuck.
And obviously it's a big support thing for to take on.
Yeah, definitely. Because
I actually think it's a big support thing for someone to take on anyway, whether it be single mum or single father. For some, even if you have the child initially and then you're meeting people, there'll be people that, of course, there's a lot of people out there that are going to go I didn't want someone that's got a kid, or what, do you know what I mean?
And then also think of possible potential issues later on when they'll say the mum says, oh, well, I don't want your missus around the kid, or the missus goes, I don't want you to be around the mum or whatever.
So many
variables that could potentially happen that could be really toxic.
Because you don't know the girl.
No,
You
don't.
literally like met her in a club or whatever the hell
Yeah.
it is. Like, so you don't know.
Literally.
But like as you say, like relationships, like guys, it's hard enough
Aye.
meeting someone and then they maybe didn't want someone that's got a kid.
I think personally,
She's having to do it 6 years deep into the relationship.
I
and
think
just accept
personally,
it anyway.
what I would do is just to avoid all these things that could possibly happen. I think to avoid all of that, I think just call it a day is the best option for that.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Just what
I think it's too much. I think it'd be too much on you.
It's far too much. It's
That would take
so
over your life,
complicated.
especially around your exam times and all that as well.
And you're only 21, did you say?
24.
24, so that's young still as well. Like,
Oh man,
that's,
it's got lots of other shit to
you're
be
a
doing.
baby, 24. Do you know what I mean? Like,
You got lots of other shit to
Yeah.
be doing in that time. Because what is it? Is this before finals or?
this is during.
Oh man,
So after finals, you'll have your whole life ahead of you.
yeah.
I would
you
100%
get
get
yourself
out of that situation and just
You were
move on.
18 when you met like when you started going out with
Yeah.
the guy. Fuck him.
So that's just that's
Sorry, mate, but fuck, that's like I fuck him.
yeah, literally,
I would honestly, I would go out, live your life,
100%.
do your finals, smash it, and go and live your life and enjoy. There'll be
Absolutely.
other people in the world who've got time.
Absolutely. You never know who's around the corner, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So we've got 2 today. It's a busy.
We're on a busy day, baby.
a busy week
Right,
with
let's
submissions, right? This one's a little bit more saucy. I don't know if you want to call it saucy, but anyway.
Interesting. Okay.
My partner might be faking cancer. Okay.
Right. Okay.
My partner, 18-year-old male, has
18-year-old.
Yeah. That was as soon as I read that I was like 18 cancer. But I mean it
does happen.
It does happen, but anyway, has said that he has cancer and is taking treatments for it. I believed him, but as we went on, I'm starting to get suspicious of him faking it to illness trap me into a relationship or something. Right? So like an illness trap.
I've heard of that happening
Yeah, it
before.
happens all the time.
To be fair.
He always says, "Come over and cook me food, please. I'm tired." Just sounds like any other man, really, to be honest. All the time, and I don't really mind it at first because he was going through something so rough in his life. He doesn't seem to be bothered by his illness when it comes to intercourse or anything intimate. I knew that was gonna come. I knew that was reaction was gonna. Right, anyway, he is just suddenly normal and feeling pumped up. That was the first thing that made me doubt a little. But recently, I have been busy with my personal life, so I asked him if he could ask his mum to cook for him, as he is her sick son. But he says my mother is burdened with a lot of stuff. So I said, well, I know, but they cook food for the whole family for dinner, right? So, blah.
So he still lives with his mum, the family.
Yeah. But he said that since he moved out, okay, well, never mind, he never told his parents about the cancer that he has. So as a concerned partner, I asked when his next trip to the hospital was, and he said it would be on December 19th. So I said that I would go together with him to keep him company, as he usually wants me to ditch university for him for a day to go with him, like whatever, to do whatever. So I thought it would be comforting for him if I go with him. Suddenly, the man who was openly talking about how he was feeling about his cancer and frequent heart attacks.
Okay.
At 18, and how he wanted me with him all the time. Just said that.
Frequent heart attack.
Just said that you don't have to. I need some time alone, and started talking about how no one cares about him, and saying, "Thank you for your concern." Okay.
Wait, just go and read that last one again. Just not that. Just from the heart attack bit.
What? Thank you for your concern.
So just from the heart attack. From the heart attack bit. The frequent heart attacks.
What the fuck was that? Fuck, where the hell was that? Oh, and how he wants frequent heart attacks, and how he wanted me to with him all the time. Just said that you don't have to. I need some time alone, and started talking about how no one cares about him, and saying thank you for your concern, and it goes, huh? It really seems fake now. P.S. He said that he's had multiple chemotherapy, but his hair seems perfectly thick and luscious. I thought maybe it would get a little thin and damaged from the chemo, correct me if I'm wrong. Had I maybe confront him, or how would I really confront him with proof so that he doesn't gaslight me and guilt trip me or something like that? The fact that she thinks that he could do that already gives me fucking red flag central.
Aye. I know.
Right. Second is like,
Is that done?
aye, pretty much.
Or is there any more?
I asked him about his. Oh yeah, wait. She goes. I asked him about his cancer. He allegedly thought cancer and tumor are the same thing. Isn't that the same thing?
I think you can have a... Okay, I actually know the answer to this.
Go for it.
You can have a non-cancerous tumour or a cancerous tumour.
Okay, but then you wouldn't be getting chemotherapy for.
No. So with a non-cancerous tumour, the likelihood is based off size, and if it's disrupting other things, they would remove it if possible.
All right.
Only if it's damaging or in the way or it's too big,
Or life threatening or anything
whatever.
like that.
Like there's a danger.
There's a threat. Oh, yeah,
But they can leave them in if they're non-cancerous and they're small enough and they're not really bothering you.
Right.
Obviously, a cancerous one is removal, or I would assume chemotherapy. But I would think that they would still try and remove it anyway, I think.
Well, what are we saying about this guy? I mean, I think he just wants a fucking free meal, to be honest.
No, that's how you feel.
You know, I mean, I think he's just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna make up this bullshit and you know, get fucking room service every night. You know what I mean? Like from this last guy. Nah, I'm
Couple
being,
of red flags.
I'm being quite insensitive. If that is true, then obviously,
I've got a couple of red flags on it.
yeah.
So, number one, I've not told my mum and dad or anyone else about the cancer.
Why the fuck would you not?
I understand it can be a difficult thing to talk about, but I feel based off his age,
Yeah.
at 18-year-old, he would most likely share that information.
Yeah.
Second, like the whole
know
like
what?
I don't want you to come to the hospital with me thing.
Yeah.
That's some fucked up shit. Like,
Hold
come
on, I've got an idea. Try this. Whoever you are that posted this, try this. If you're with him, you obviously know his parents, right?
Yeah.
Now, what I would suggest is just randomly message being like, oh, like, I might go with blah to his appointment on the 19th. You know, like say something direct about it, but not like
Yeah.
I pretend like as if they already know about it. Like it's a family.
As if you don't know that they don't know.
Yeah, as if like a family knowledge, right? So you'd assume, like, act like you assume they know, because obviously, why the fuck would they not, right? So
Yep.
then, if they reply being like, "What are you talking about?"
Which they will.
Which they will, then you'll be like, "Oh well, blah told me he's got cancer," and then they'll be like, "What?" And
So you're pinning it. Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Okay, I see
So
where
I'm
you're going.
trying to get to it this way, because then he'll have to, then he'll be outed out to his parents, right?
Right, okay.
So then he'll have to either come clean or provide some goddamn evidence.
Goddamn evidence in it. I would expect that the chemotherapy thing with the hair,
Yeah.
I don't think it's
That's not always-
guaranteed
that's
that you
not
lose your
always,
hair.
no,
I don't
that's
think
not
that's the case.
I think it depends on the strength and severity of it, no?
And I think just yourself as well. Like, I think some people
Genetics
just
and
take it
shit.
badly and some people don't. What I would say though is, totally get what you're saying with like, he'll gaslight you and all that.
Yeah.
100%. Like, because that is probably the likelihood of how that conversation would go. If you went, I didn't believe you. Like, that is 100% how that conversation is going to swing. He's going to go, you didn't believe me. You're having a laugh.
Yeah.
Like, and he's going to make you feel like shit.
What do you think of my suggestion?
So the only thing with it is
You're kind of going against him.
well,
If it is
if
true
he
and he didn't know what
specifically
to say.
said to you, I've not told them,
Yeah.
and you go to them, well, you may as well just call a relationship a day there and then, because he's going to be furious. So I think this is a different suggestion.
Or
You follow him.
I was literally about to say that.
Yeah.
I was literally about
You
to say.
follow him on the 19th.
Go
in secret.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible it. And just follow him and see where he goes.
Well, I've got an idea, right? Do 6 years of uni, get a degree in being a doctor. Go
It's
to
been 12 years, mate.
12 years at uni, get your doctorate, get a job at the hospital as a chemo surgeon or whatever the fuck it is, and then be his doctor, and then you'll hopefully see him as a patient.
Oh yeah, it's good that you've
12
chose
years.
such a realistic solution.
I was fucking, don't do that.
I would genuinely, if you're that much like, this is bullshit. Right?
I would catch him out. I would
try and I would literally, one of two. You just go, listen, big man, I'm away.
Yeah.
Which there will be a negative backlash on because you'll be like this, I'm ill, no, you're away, come back. Right, but sometimes you just go, do you know what,
He will play the victim.
you know what, mate,
fuck, bro.
see you later.
He will play the victim.
Second thing you can do is you go, Ken, what, mate? No worries, and like, I hope you do okay at your appointment. You follow him to McDonald's because that's where he'll be, not fucking the hospital, and you see what the script is.
And you might get some nuggets.
And
After.
if he's at the hospital,
He better be getting you a happy meal,
fair
'cause
enough.
fuck's sake.
Fair enough. Okay? Because you could actually go in, you could just play this and actually go in and just be like, I know you said you didn't want me there, but I want to support you through this. You're not the bad guy in that
Play the
situation.
nice person card, right?
Yeah, I want to support you through this. I understand you don't want to ask that of me, but I'm here for you.
That's clever.
Because I
because-
am your partner.
That's clever because you're switching from being
You can't gaslight off.
untrusting person
You can't
to now
gaslight
being
off.
like, okay, I'm going to be a supportive person.
I'm here to support you.
Yeah.
And I know you said you didn't want me to. I know that you said that you didn't want me to.
And you can't be mad
wanted
at
your time alone. I know you said that.
Yeah.
But you're going through a lot right now, and I'm here for you.
And you can't be mad at that.
Can't be mad at that, bro. He will be a wee bit, but you just go, look, sometimes we need to be there to support each other. And
Can I just say, obviously, I hope this guy doesn't have it. Like, I hope this is a fuck up. Like,
so
a big
for that,
mess.
I hope he doesn't have it. But the worst part about that is I'm like, but then you've lied about having it for an X amount of time, you idiot.
I know. Like I hope, because no one deserves cancer, really, right?
Yeah, but
So
you shouldn't be lying about that.
You shouldn't be
shit.
lying about it.
That's
So
fucking
I
terrible.
hope he doesn't have it, but if he does, I hope that he fucking gets an all clear. Let's just put it that way as well.
But without,
100%.
doesn't even need to be said.
No.
100%. If he does have it, right, and this whole thing's came out, don't feel bad.
Yeah.
Because genuinely, based off the direction he's given you, it's not really giving off the fucking most positive vibes, is it? So I totally understand why you're a bit like, I'm not sure if he's...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, absolutely. But...
And if you're 18 years old and you've got cancer, what the fuck are you supposed to be thinking? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you would be a
you're a
wee bit
kid,
like,
basically.
Jesus, like, what am I
Like,
doing
what
here?
do you- yeah.
But I do think you should probably be telling his family, and everyone needs to be supporting you.
Yeah.
Like, there's a group supportive thing here. But when you talked about the sex and that, and he's like, fucking burst full of energy, but he can't cook his own tea, I'm like, Jesus, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
there's a lot of red flags in there.
there's a couple of red flags,
There's a
and
lot
by
of
the way,
questionable things
if they
in there.
all happen to be completely innocent, I'll be surprised. But like, they
I
might
would test it. Yeah, follow to the hospital. Go in the 19th.
go in
follow
with
to
a
the hospital.
positive, I'm here to support you, blah, blah. If he is in the hospital, if he's not in the hospital, wait for a wee bit, and then go in and be like, yo, like, dude.
Like, what's going on?
But wait, because he might just be getting food before he goes to his hospital appointment and shit. So then he call him out. Like, just wait out until he leaves and starts heading home.
Don't call him out in the first place he goes
No.
to.
Wait him out until he's literally heading home.
Yeah, literally.
And then follow him and then be like, then come in and be like this. Oh, how was the hospital appointment? And he's going to go, oh, do you know what it is? Stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And you're going to go this. All right. 20 chicken nuggets and large chips was tough, was it? Like, do you know what I mean? So you need to...
I'd be like, yo, how was the big tasty?
Yo, how was the big tasty, bro? And he's going to be like, so who?
What are you talking about?
Floats. Right. Right, so that was on both interesting ones, and fun enough, both females that sent them in. There's a lot of dilemmas going on in your lives.
A lot of shit going on out there.
I'm going to bring on a wee bit lighter note with a series that I've watched, because actually the last episode I missed telling you about a series, and we got carried away on something else.
We did get carried away.
So yes, so here's a series I watched recently. It is Marvel. But it's sort of like outside enough of Marvel that it doesn't feel like Marvel. It just happens to be part of the MCU.
Okay.
Okay? It's called Agatha All Along.
What the fuck is that?
Right? So just wait.
How do you say that again, sorry?
It's like Agatha All Long.
Okay.
Okay?
I've got so many...
Might be
like,
all along. I
I've
can't
got
even
so many,
remember.
like, visions in my head as to...
Can't even remember. When I read that, I was like, what the fuck?
I'm trying to imagine this in my head right now.
You'll not.
Based on the name.
You'll not. Right. So I'll give you a brief description. There is spoilers intact here.
Shock.
Go start putting this on the screen. There is spoilers in this, but I will give you them, and it stems off of another series that was in Marvel. Okay, so if you've seen Marvel, you'll understand where I'm going here. If you haven't seen any in Marvel, you'll have no idea what I'm talking about. But you can watch it standalone. Right.
Right.
There was a series called WandaVision.
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 Okay.
Because there was two characters called Wanda and Vision.
Wow, not what I've expected to
But it sounds like a TV show.
like one division, like one team.
Well, that's why no, Wanda Vision.
Oh, right.
Like
That's
Wanda.
what it fucked me right there.
Yeah. So this was a series about the witch and because Vision dies in one of the Marvel films, who's her like husband or lover, and she's magic. So she's got she's really powerful magic, right? So she creates a big red force field thing around the entire town, and turns the town into like a sitcom, like an olden days show,
Okay.
like kind of like Modern Family or
Yeah.
fucking Fresh Prince. That's what it's like,
Right, okay.
right? All the people are mind controlled. Everyone's thinking to like be the show, okay? So because she's really powerful, and she actually creates Vision again in life, but it's like out of magic, so he's not real.
Right.
But he's real enough that her magic's strong enough that he's like real inside this force field. And she creates herself like two kids and all that. So you watch the show, it's weird, but you watch it, it's really good. Eventually, okay, because like police outside the dome and all that, they're like, what is happening here? Maybe they can't see. There's a girl in it who's the neighbour. It turns out she's a witch. Her name's Agatha.
Okay.
Agatha Harkness, I think her name is. Yeah. But you don't know she's a witch until like the final episode. Or second last episode.
Many seasons is there?
It's just one season.
Oh, one season, right.
One season's like 6 or 8 episodes.
Okay.
So Agatha is actually trying to steal. She is the type of witch that can drain someone's power. So if Wanda uses her power on her, she can drain all Wanda's life out of her and it kills her. So this whole series is now at the end of WandaVision. Wanda gets the Book of the Damned, which is like obviously in any film the fucking Devil's Book or whatever, and it's got all the magic in it. And she mind controls Agatha. She stops the dome. Everyone goes back to normal, but she mind controls Agatha. She can't leave that city, that town, and she's no magic, and she's completely like magicless and stuck in this town as a fucking mind controlled person. She's like as if she's like sitting watching her own self do all this shit, stuck in a dreamland for like 3 years. So the series starts as Agatha's like she thinks she's a fucking sheriff, and she's like walking about this city and all that. Literally, right?
Big balls.
So then there is obviously other witches. So Agatha was a witch, but obviously blah, blah. So she's like hundreds of years old. And there gets a young guy, which you never find out his name, because every time he tries to say his name, his mouth blurs out. It's a spell. His mouth blurs out and you can't hear him.
Okay.
So you can never know what his name is. But he doesn't know it's happening.
Oh,
Everyone,
so he thinks he's saying
he
it.
thinks he's going, yeah, my name's Aaron.
Right.
But all you
going-
would see and hear is silence,
Right.
and so you
What was that?
so you would know. So you'd be like, right.
So this guy's got issues.
Well, you'd be like, what is this, right? So they do what's called the Witch's Road. He comes and meets Agatha and he tries to get her memory back a bit, and they do what's called the Witch's Road, but they have to find a coven. That's what they call a group of witches. Okay, so in outside Marvel times, they call a coven as a group of witches, which go together, right? So it could be 100 of them, fucking 5 of them, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So they have to go and find a group.
Okay.
And normally there's different types of witches. Some are like mind readers and all that shit. So they find a group and they do what's called the Witch's Road. Okay? The Witch's Road is if you can get to the end, it's got a challenge for every type of witch. Because witches tend to be elemental. So like fire, wind, etc. So they go and do the Witch's Road. If you get to the end of the Witch's Road, you get what you desire most. So for Agatha, it's her magic bag. Yeah?
Gets it back.
See where we're going here?
Yeah.
So everyone has their own desire in this coven that they've made. But Agatha's a very well-known witch killer.
Okay.
So she's a witch, but she kills other witches and drains their power.
Okay, right, okay.
So for years, hundreds of years, she's been draining other witches' power
Staying alive for that
and
long.
becoming stronger and stronger and staying alive for longer and longer and being very, very powerful.
Okay.
Okay? Because every time she drains power, more power.
Okay.
She becomes super powerful, but Wanda was stronger than her. Wanda's a very, 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 very powerful witch, so she overpowered her, right?
Right.
So there's a lot of obviously thingies. So they all know who Agatha is and they all hate her, right? But they all have their own desire on the Witch's Road, so they all team up and go down this Witch's Road. So a lot of the series is on the Witch's Road and all the different tasks and all the blah blah blah, which is very interesting. It's quite good.
Does sound interesting.
It's quite good actually. It was a short enough season. It was only one season, and it was short enough where I was like, it was an easy watch, a couple of days.
Yeah. I've watched stuff like that before when it's like...
Episodes aren't too long, like 40 minutes.
6 or 8 episodes or something.
Episodes are like 40 minutes. 37
I like
minutes
that
or
kind of
something.
shit,
So it's just bang, 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 done.
Because you can watch it like in a week.
Yeah.
Even if you take it
One a day.
One a day.
Easy.
Yeah.
So they go down the Witch's Road, but there's people after Agatha, there's fucking all sorts of shit going on, right? And she's quite like cold, like she doesn't give a fuck, right? But it's really, really good. Like, genuinely, I didn't feel it. First couple of episodes, like, this is shite.
Right.
But I stuck with it because I do that. And it was class. I loved it. I honestly loved it. I thought it was great. But the wee laddie that's where that can't tell the name, they all call him Teen, like teenager. Teen.
Right, okay.
So he's funny because he's not like a witch or anything, so he's trying to learn.
Okay.
So he's like, oh wow, like this is so cool and that. And they're like 400 years old. Like, well, shut up. Right? And so they're teaching them things along the road, but it's just quite funny.
Yeah.
And then obviously as you get closer to the end, you start finding things out and find out who the wee laddie is and all this sort of stuff, which I'll not spoil.
Yeah.
And there's also quite a big twist at the end. A twist that was actually so big, I was like, oh my God.
Right, okay.
What the hell? Right? But it unleashes it. The last couple of episodes, you're like, shit.
Okay. Aye, because usually a series will start off slow and then it gets a wee bit more events and then boom, at the end, something
And there's
mental
like
happens.
a brief mention of Mephisto, who is the devil.
Right.
It's the devil. That's the name for the devil.
Okay.
There's a brief mention of him, and he's actually like a Marvel character as well as the devil is a Marvel character. So like Mephisto, blah blah blah. So there's a mention of him, which obviously is exciting because he might come into something at one point. And there's also a mention of death. So like the Grim Reaper, like death. So like you hear a bit about that as well, and so like it's kind of like the underworld and all that, blah blah blah. So it kind of all gets mentioned because it's like witchy. It's like like Halloweeny, but it's not. It's not Halloweeny enough where it's like cheesy. It's like
I get you.
It's like worth a watch. Like I'm like, dude, this is good. So I watched that fairly quickly, easy to watch. But if you like all that sort of shit, like magic and runes and fucking all that sort of shit, it's actually quite good and it was quite funny. There's quite a bit of comedy in it. I laughed. It's quite good.
Have you watched Wednesday? The first season. They're making us secret.
I know, bro. I really enjoyed Wednesday.
I enjoyed it as well. It was really good.
It's a similar vibe.
It was really okay.
So there's a wee bit of comedy in it, a wee bit of sort of like magic-y, mystery. Like that's similar.
Okay.
So I would say they're actually very similar.
Similar, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
So like, obviously, like me and her have she watched some of Agatha all along, and then she's watched Wednesday. So then she really likes both of them. So like similar vibe.
Yeah.
And I would recommend it. I'll not give any more than that. I don't want to ruin the twist or anything, because actually it's short enough where you would just watch it and you would get the twist anyway.
It's like an extended movie, right? It's like parts of movies, basically.
Yeah, I would nearly genuinely, it's like a long movie.
Yeah.
It's like 2 movies, 1 and 2. But it's like part 1 and part 2, like The Hobbit, part 1, part 2.
I get you.
From the 3, yeah, that's what it's like. And really good. I enjoyed it. It's quite funny in that. She plays that, like, the witch really good and, like, really good actress in that sense, and really enjoyed it.
Perfect. I want to look into it.
And another thing I watched recently, I've been doing a lot, was the new Planet of the Apes film.
Okay.
So, because I don't even need to ask, I already know that you'll not have seen it. Shocker.
I've seen none of them.
Shocker.
I know there's a few, but I haven't seen any of them.
Shocker.
Do tell, though.
So, I seen the new Planet of the Apes, right? Stop sitting like that. Stop sitting like that. I seen the new Planet of the Apes, right? And basically the way this goes is, there was old Planet of the Apes films, ancient,
Right.
where the
90s.
gorillas were fucking people. I think it might be, it must be at least 90s, could be
Right.
90s. Nah, I think it was maybe probably 90s. This is like the new set, like, for the last like 10 years, this is like the new set of Planet of the Apes films. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like,
The new generation.
the new generation,
Yeah.
right? So there's Dawn of the Planet of the Apes,
Yeah,
I
I've
think.
seen that. Well, not seen it, but I've seen
You've
it.
seen the film? Yeah.
I've not seen the film. I've just
but
seen
you've seen it, a
out there
film.
somewhere, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think it's Rise of the Planet of the Apes,
Right.
War of the Planet of the Apes, and then whatever the new one is. I can't even remember what it's called. I've got a name like that. So I'll just give you an overview of the four, because I actually rewatched the other three before I went and seen the other one. So first one, the apes aren't smart. Because basically the apes are really clever, so they can like talk and everything. Mm-hmm. But they're not smart in this one. He's a scientist, and he basically is trying to cure, I feel he's trying to cure Alzheimer's. That's what it is. Obviously, so it's all to do with the brain.
Yeah.
So they test these things on chimps, right? He comes up with this drug, and his dad's got Alzheimer's. So he comes up with this drug, and millions of them, kind of like they just do like hundreds of different versions,
Yeah.
different things, and they just try them all and see what happens. So one of them works on a monkey called Caesar. Mm-hmm. Okay. So so one of them works on a monkey, which is Caesar's mum.
All right. Okay.
Okay. But they didn't know she was pregnant. So they try and get Caesar's mum out to show it off to the board of the big company so that they can get funding. Caesar's mum's really protective because she had a wee baby. And it goes mental, so they have to put her down. They have to put all the monkeys down.
Really?
Yeah, kill all the monkeys. But there's one little one that's under, and you don't see him
Okay.
in the cage. They find him, and the scientist's like, fuck, I'll just take him home. I'll get, because if I don't, I'm gonna have to kill him.
Yeah.
So he takes him under his coat, like boosts him, and gets him away out of the lab, right? Takes him home because the drug has transferred into Caesar
Okay.
through his mum, because
Upon
his
giving
mum's been
birth,
pregnant.
obviously. Yeah. Right.
So he notices that as he's getting older, each day he's like progressively smarter. Like he could do sign language and everything. Can't talk yet, just do sign language, all that shit, right? And then something happens because he starts using it on his dad, and his dad's Alzheimer's goes away.
Okay.
But something happens, his dad starts getting sick because something's happened with the drug. He starts getting ill. And it starts spreading, and it's how fast a virus spreads, mate. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's called the simian flu, right? And basically, everyone starts dying, bro. Everyone dying. Planes are falling out of the sky, fucking everyone.
Oh, apocalypse.
Folk are dying, bro. Not zombies or anything, just people are dying. But the drug makes monkeys really smart. Mm-hmm. So Caesar, just quite fast forward through the film.
He develops a vaccine for it.
No, Caesar gets more of the drug and starts giving it to more monkeys.
Okay.
So he gets put in a big monkey home, like one of these places that has hundreds of them in it. He's throwing the gas in, and they're all getting smart, right?
Okay.
But Caesar's really smart because it's genetic through him.
Yeah.
It's not just the gas.
That's
He's
right.
very clever.
He's been like that since birth.
And he's the first one to speak.
Yeah.
So he speaks verbally. And they're like,
English, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're like, what the fuck?
Okay.
Right?
Can they understand him speaking English though?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So the other monkeys can understand it, but they can't verbally speak it yet.
Right.
He, because he's like a next generation's even better, he can speak. The other ones all just sign language, like ooh, ooh. and they're all like,
Oh, do you know what that reminds me of? The monkeys out of Madagascar. One can speak and one can't.
one can speak and one can't. Yeah. So that's basically how it is. So
Now I wonder if that's a piss take of it on Madagascar.
it might be. Nah,
Or
because
like-
it came out before that.
All right.
So then that film goes out, the monkeys escape and they get across the Golden Gate Bridge into the forest, right? All the smart ones. And obviously the monkeys breed and they're having more monkeys and more people are, do you know what I mean? The virus is spreading with the humans. Humans are dying.
Right.
There's fucking very little of them left. So the second film,
Mad how the tables turned, right?
mad.
Whereas
So
today, if you look at,
So the second film, the monkeys have built a big fortress in the forest. Wood, big spikes, big fucking minty tree houses everywhere and all that. Right? They've got spears and all that. And they hunt, like, they're like proper hunters. They're all like, and they're all like, we're all coming through the trees and that. Mental.
mate, just imagine for a second, if I can just stop you, imagine for a second, right, that, like, in the world, half the population is apes, monkeys, right?
Bro.
And half is us. And, like, I'm going to the shop to get my food or whatever.
And they're
the
walking in
guy-
the shop as well.
The guy, or people walking about, or I'm at the checkout and the guy is scanning my shit is like a monkey in that. How cool would that be?
So this is what happens, right? There's now so little humans left
Right?
that they're like, they've got a wee stronghold in one of the cities, but they have no electricity. Like, bro, it's like nothing. Like, kind of got some guns left, but they're trying to figure out like how can we use electricity, like the grid's gone. So like how can we use like electricity, like we'll use water, kind of like the hydro plants and all that to try and get water and stuff like that. So they have to try and go into the forest, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
the monkeys are there, right?
And they're like,
So
what the
Caesar's
fuck?
son and all that, Caesar's got a son and everything in it.
Right.
Because he's got a son and all that, and all the monkeys are getting, they're smart, right? So Caesar communicates with him eventually, and some of the humans are okay, some of them don't like the monkeys,
Right, okay.
right? Some of them hate them. So eventually there's a bad monkey called Koba, and he tricks all the other monkeys and he pushes Caesar off like a big
Cliff.
cliff.
Fuck off.
And then he takes over and he goes,
Well, kills them, yeah.
He goes, the humans have killed Caesar.
Oh.
We need to kill the humans because he wants to have war against them. He got experimented on. He's got scars and all that because they've like experimented on him bad, bro. Like they like battered him and shocked him, and he was fucked.
But he's created his agenda by killing Caesar,
So
obviously.
he was like, if I get rid of this, because Caesar's like, humans we don't hurt humans, just leave them. Like he doesn't want war. Koba does.
Yeah.
So then Koba's got machine guns and everything, mate, and they start trying to full frontal assault the human stronghold in the city.
Right.
Mate, these monkeys are on horses, bro. Gorillas and everything. Coming, right? Full frontal gorillas, mate. Wiping cars and everything. Like, and they're like, Koba's at one of the scenes, he's on a horse. Two big, massive, round drum machine guns. He's like just shooting at the humans, like, kind of flying down on this horse. And you're like, this guy's a maniac, right? Because that's basically what it is. Like, in human form, he would be an absolute psychopath, right? So he's just like, humans, bad, like, and you're going mental in that, blasting them. Oh, bro, mental, right? And all the other monkeys are shooting on that because he's got them all following him, eh? But Caesar's alive.
Oh.
And so they manage, so they heal him up, goes, eventually kills Koba, right?
Okay.
And gets what monkeys are left out of there, right? Third film, it's winter time. It's been many years now. Caesar's a little older. His son's a little older. All his kids are a little older, blah, blah. There's a task force of humans
Out to get them.
that hunt
All right.
the monkeys because there's now basically no humans,
Extinct.
nearly.
Right.
And the humans that are alive can't speak anymore.
All right. Okay.
So any that are born, they can't speak. It's like there's a brain problem now. So because of the virus, it's going through people's systems and they're having babies and then maybe the baby survives. It's like generationally going down the way and humans can't speak, but monkeys can.
Okay.
Monkeys are getting better. Monkeys are getting smarter and better at
it's like
speaking.
monkeys
Humans
are
are
evolving more.
humans are devolving.
Yeah.
Right? So there's this badass like sergeant guy that's part of the task force. But he's actually got some monkeys on his side
Okay.
that are scared. So they work for him. Kind of like as like bad, like they help the humans. So Caesar goes after them because they abduct all the monkeys from Caesar's thing. So Caesar, the big orangutan, he's the best. He's like Caesar's mate. The gorilla, which is Caesar's other mate, and there's another monkey, I can't remember what his name is. I can't remember, but he's rad as well. He's like one of those really short-haired monkeys. It's like Neil, like he's a baldy.
Yeah.
His whole body's like that. It's like really muscly.
Terry Crews.
Mate, literally is a monkey for him. Right. So the 4 of them go after her and they find a wee human and they keep her. She doesn't speak. She's a wee kid. And they look after her. And then he goes and eventually kills the sergeant and all that, right? But it's badass, mate. It's it's a fucking badass film. 4th one, years in the future.
Okay.
Like, I'm talking 100 years. 200, could even be 200 years.
Monkeys become the human.
Monkeys are to the level where, like, there's strongholds of monkeys. There's fucking different civilizations of monkeys. Humans are non-existent.
Okay.
Humans are actually the humans that are left are in the wilderness and are nearly like monkeys.
So let's say
they're like cavemen.
Let's say tables turn.
Yeah, they're like cavemen, bro. So that they're, because you see a wee herd of them at one point of humans, and they're just like walking about and like drinking from the river and that.
Right. Okay.
Did he speak? Nothing.
Right.
But there's one human that does. She can speak, and they don't understand why. There's something with her. I can't remember what it is. She's got some sort of like, it's like genetically she's re-evolving. I can't remember how it works. So she becomes friends with another monkey. But it's amazing because like this is 100, 200 years in the future. And they don't, so like they have like cave paintings of Caesar.
Okay.
Because no one's alive now that was with Caesar.
Yeah.
So he's just a distant memory.
Right, okay.
Caesar the first ape and all that. So they tell stories of him and all that.
Right.
And there's now like a king, a big massive civilization on the water. It's like right at the water, the island's edge. And he's got a big civilization. And it's like, he's like Caesar the, like whatever, like, and it's cool as fuck, mate. Like, because they are now super smart. Super monkeys are next, they all talk fluently. Like, oh yeah, blah, 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 like normal. So, like, they all have names and everything. Like Jack and blah, blah, mental, right? And like guns and cars, and like, mate, they use everything, like horses and everything, so it's mental, right? And he wants to get into his stronghold's built on top of an army surplus thing, one of the big ones that's like bolted shut for like the end of the world. And it's got tanks and everything in it.
Like a sort of like
a bunker, like a big bunker.
That's it.
And he can't get in it. And he's trying to figure out how to get in it.
Right.
So he's like reading books, and he says like, they talk about books like this is ancient literature in a language that we don't use anymore, like we don't have it anymore and all that. And then obviously like the lassie can read it. She's like, oh, it says blah, like, because she was taught off like an elder human,
right,
and an elder human before that.
That's the one that can talk, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
So she, like, there's obviously been a few smart humans and they teach down the way.
Right.
So she's like, I can read some of this, like, in fact, mate, it's just words.
Make out a wee
It's just words, bro.
Right.
Like, but he doesn't know, the monkeys don't know the language anymore. Like, they can't read because they don't learn to read and write.
It'll be like us reading
They can talk, but they don't learn to read and write. So they can't read the language. So he's like, it's ancient text. I don't know how to, we can't read it, and this would tell us how to get in and all that. Mate, mental, right? So it's like, because you're miles in the future and it's all just went to fuck. And there's like, cities are gone now, basically. It's like plant life and forests and all that. So it's quite mental. And that's where it's at. So that's the most recent film. But he's like a maniac, the king. And but eventually, like, the girl teams up with one of the monkeys, and he tries to help her, but this king basically takes over other smaller factions and puts them into his own to make a bigger army. And eventually, like, he gets to the end. So honestly, mate, class series.
See, every time you describe like a series or a movie or whatever, it makes me in the mood to watch it.
Mate, you should watch Planet Apes. An easy one, mate. 4, you can watch the 4. It's class. Because you'll be, every time you watch it, you'll be like, God, humans are just going down the toilet here. And apes are just getting smarter and smarter.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's what it becomes like, mate. It's next level. Jesus. So, yeah, anyone that's not seen the newest Planet of the Apes, watch it, because you probably, other than this guy, everyone will have seen at least 1 or 2 of them.
Probably.
Class.
Yeah.
If you watch all 4 in a row, absolutely class. I would recommend. Highly recommend. But,
I'll try my best.
He says he's going to try.
Time.
Say he's going to try. Never watches any.
Say this every time.
Fucking never watches it. Not watches the Umbrella Academy either. Fucking watches nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. Right. So, yeah. Well, other than that, I think that's about time for us.
Wraps us up for tonight,
so, that wraps us up. And as I say, as usual, like if you like it and subscribe. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but it helps us. And obviously Instagram and all that type of stuff. We've got TikTok there as well.
Yeah, we just
Following
launched it,
all that sort of stuff, and that helps us sharing the reels and the shorts and everything like that.
Yeah.
Reposting stuff, that all that shit helps us.
Yeah.
So I appreciate.
And make sure keep these
Dilemmas and things like that, keep them coming in.
Yeah, keep that
anything
shit
like
coming
that.
in.
Girls, remember I asked this question earlier about STDs and pregnancy, that.
Yeah,
Send us in about that as well. I want to know.
We want to know.
We want to know shit.
Yeah.
Send us in and you want us to talk
Whatever
about.
comes through, we will bring up.
1000%.
We'll keep it anonymous, of course, as well.
Obviously anonymous. So let us know what your thoughts are. Even feedback's great. Anything you want, you message us. The more messages, the better.
Exactly.
So no, thanks very much, guys,
Thank
for
you,
watching, and peace out.
See you next time. Take care.
Class.
My brother.
Class.
Oh, mate, I would in 5.
I went 5.